Hello, I'm Mariah Velazquez. I'm an engineering science and mechanics major. I'm a junior, and I also have a minor in mathematics.
I am Florence Dwyer. I am a senior studying geography along with minors in business and geographic information science.
Hi, I'm Shirley Sam. I'm a junior in environmental science with a double minor in environmental science and pre-engineering.
Hello, I'm Kiser, and I'm a junior, and I'm studying biochemistry and have a minor in Spanish.
And we are the intern group that did the research into Conservation International's opening of a more sustainable industry that would be exotic oils. So for our project, we started looking into multiple oils that were found in Suriname, the country. And based on those oils, we narrowed it down to 2 possibilities. And once we had those possibilities, we looked into basic information, any basic thing that we could find basically on the front page of Wikipedia. And then we looked into products that they could potentially sell in this market from either one of those 2 oils. We looked into their selling points. So we had babasu oil was very useful in being a moisturizer, and any product that used a moisturizer was very helpful. And for borichi oil, it has a lot of beta-carotene, which is good for anti-aging, so also used in the cosmetics industry. So since they were both mainly used for cosmetics, we looked into the global exotic oil market and more specifically into the cosmetics market across the world. And from there we went back down to looking into the machinery that we would need to use to sell our products on this market, mostly focusing on cold presses. And now Florence will go into the sustainability impact of our project.
So this project was definitely very sustainably oriented, setting up a business, gathering borichi and babasu oil and harvesting it, because right now the locals in Suriname, to have an income, are resorting to logging and mining. So this way they have a more sustainable source of income. And so part of a sustainable business model includes the 3 aspects of people, planet, and profit. So with the people aspect, the locals in Suriname can continue their traditional livelihoods without sacrificing their income. So they don't have to, let's say, go into a city or something to find a job. They can stay where they are, where they want to be, and go. Even like mothers can go out with their children and harvest, gather these fruits and nuts while simultaneously taking care of their kids. For the planet aspect, obviously, so these are non-timber forest products, and they are they would be wild harvested, and so as long as you do not over harvest the fruits and nuts, then it's great for the ecosystem there. And profit, as I've been talking about, it's, if we implement this and put in the machinery for them to extract these oils from the fruits and nuts, then they are able to gather these, extract the oil, and then sell it, which is big in the cosmetics industry, which definitely can be an expensive industry, expensive products. So it's definitely something that can contribute to their income. And now Shirley will talk about the strategy we used during this project.
So when we started this project, we originally researched 4 different oils to give Conservation International some background on exotic oils to help them determine which oils they'd like us to focus more on. And once we gave them our reports, they decided that babasu and borichi oil is what they'd like more information on, partially because they had more harvesting ability and more demand in market, but also because they had less resources and knowledge on this oil. On top of that, once we knew that they wanted these oils, our team split up into 2 groups, and we each team became almost like an expert in their oil, and we thought that was better than all 4 of us just knowing more general information on all 4 oils. So we did individual research due to our busy and conflicting schedules, and to compensate for that, we had weekly Skype meetings to just talk about our progress and to see if we were running into any challenges and just to support one another in general. And we also used Skype as a format just to help make sure we didn't accidentally misinterpret anything and to make sure people were staying on task. And we also had bi-weekly meetings with Conservation International through Skype just so they could check up on our progress and ask us, and they could answer any of our questions and provide us feedback and also to give us more guidance or direction. And then towards the end of the summer, we created our final work product, and we had a presentation we went through with them just so that they could give us any more feedback and applications that they want. And then our team came back to Virginia Tech, and we talked about what any final things that need to go in there. We polished it up and ensured we had exactly what we want and our clients wanted in our presentation. And now Grant will talk about our challenges and results.
Yeah, just like any other project is going to have, there's going to be challenges that the team will face. And for us, we had a big problem with the language barrier, just being able to understand the many dialects of Latin America and research these very complicated exotic oils in their language was very tough to do. And being able to keep up with a steady research schedule that everyone was on the same page with was also quite difficult. And many of the team members, while researching, we had come across many scientific papers, and just being able to understand the jargon and the words that they use is very tough to do. And just obtaining proprietary information from all the companies that would sell this oil was basically near impossible. Organizing all of our bulk information at the end of the project into a coherent, presentable was also tough, as well as being able to go off on our own and determine the priorities for the project based on the very little we heard from Conservation International was tough for us, and definitely working remotely was a major challenge for everyone since we're all doing our different things, and coming together was very pivotal for us. Now I'm going to talk about our results of the project. And so we created a final presentable, including the 2 stories of both babasu and baruti oil. And this story went all the way from the initial harvesting methods, including the machinery that would be used to process these 2 fruits, and then going into the different markets and potential uses of these oils was another bit of the story, as well as the final Excel spreadsheets that we had the bulk data in. We also were going to send to Conservation International hosts at the end. And we had another spreadsheet of potential Virginia Tech networks that we were trying to implement in to help Suriname with their final goals into introducing them into these exotic oil markets. And our team recommends that Conservation International Suriname pursue the cosmetics industry market the most, since that's what our research has provided us with the knowledge that this will be the most promising and most potential revenue for Suriname. And these markets are most pivotal in the United States, the Eastern Union, as well as Western Asia. And we want to tell Suriname to focus on their sustainability aspects as a top priority, as its selling points for their oils, as well as the fair trade and definitely social impacts that will be improving their domestic growth as a country. And we also came up with a couple different certifications for them to pursue, like organic certification, as well as a Leaping Bunny certification, which is cruelty-free animals in the process of the supply chain. So these would definitely set Suriname apart from most countries in the cosmetics industry and would appeal to specific supply. I mean, it would appeal to specific consumers in the market. So we definitely recommend Suriname takes advantage of this opportunity they have. And now I'm going to pass it on to the rest of my team for our reflection.
So to start off, we definitely learned how we gathered so much information over the summer, and so we learned how to kind of culminate all this information into one coherent presentation and all working together in order to do that, to get in everyone's separate information and piece it all together.
I think we were also surprised by how difficult it was to get proprietary information, and this was a really big issue because our clients really wanted the market ban more than anything else. So we kind of had to think outside the box how to do this, and at first we started to email and like call into companies hoping that they provide us some information. And we were slightly successful, but we also felt like that wasn't enough. So we just broadened our search to just more general information about the market as opposed to each oil, and to hope that our clients are okay with that information instead.
We also had to learn around working around all of our individual skill sets. So some of us may have been better at deadline confined research, whereas others may have been better at continually doing a little bit at a time. So by having weekly deadlines and having all of our information put up online on a shared Google Drive, that was very helpful so that everyone could keep pace with each other. We also gained experience on how to do basic research, which is research that isn't specifically supposed to bring about a certain outcome. We learned about how to just go for whatever we could find and to bring it all back together into a storyline of the whole product, or two products in this case. And that's our presentation.